All right, Joe Biden said one of the most ridiculous things ever today, and Jameson Ellis joins us now to check it out with us. Jameson, great to see you again. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me on.
I feel like your hat is like a whole second, third guest, so I'm always happy to have you because it feels like a really full show. Jameson, today, Joe Biden visited Puerto Rico to tour some storm-damaged parts of the country, and he made one of the oddest comments ever. Here we go.
And so I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home politically. And so we came here for a long time, both for business and pleasure, since you're part of the Third Circuit Court.
I'm sorry. I can't even get a question out. I have stood behind many politicians when they make speeches, and some I'm more confident about than others. I'll just put it that way. And I know that feeling that Crazy Jill, and what the heck was she wearing? Someone needs to do a fashion emergency mission on her. But I know that feeling that she has where she's like, she's looking at him, she's like, oh, geez, no, please, no, please, no. And then she's like, oh, geez, people are looking at me. I have to look like that. It was a perfectly normal thing to say that Joe Biden was raised in a Puerto Rican community. Jameson, what the heck?
I don't know. Maybe we should get him a cowboy hat. I don't know if that was a corn pop moment or what it was, but one of the things that is becoming increasingly difficult. I don't know if you remember whenever he was falling up the stairs 2 or 3 times. I think this is about a year or so ago. Whenever it happened, everybody's laughing, and I'll admit I kind of chuckled, but it's actually really sad. And it's actually really sad that there's people out there that believe that this guy was legitimately elected in a free and fair election. I really do believe that at this point, this is like elderly abuse. And so, it's funny to an extent. We kind of get a chuckle out of it, but it's really, really sad. And this is the supposed leader of the free world, right? This is the leader of the United States of America. And I can't help but wonder just how many countries out there are laughing at us.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, if they're laughing at us, they have plenty of material. Kamala Harris spoke about hurricane relief, too, and had this to say about distributing hurricane and disaster relief. Listen.
It is our lowest income communities and our communities of color that are most impacted by these extreme conditions and impacted by issues that are not of their own making. And so absolutely. And so we have to address this in a way that is about giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. And if we want people to be in an equal place, sometimes we have to take into account those disparities and do that work.
Would you like a little communism with that equity? Jameson, equity is now the goal. I mean, we have people, my family was there this weekend handing out things, taking them to our church up there and whatever. I can tell you, we have people that are we have people that are dead. We have people that have lost relatives and they haven't found them yet. And she's worried about skin color?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like that the Democrats are going to look for any way to bring race into any issue. She mentioned how it's especially bad for communities of color, and I'm just like, and it's not of their making, the situation. I don't think it was in the making of anybody's. It's like nobody asked for that, right? It's a natural disaster. It's something that's impacting everybody of every race, color, and creed. And we've got to get away from this whole identity politics. But that's what the left's plan is. The left wants to split us up because they know that ultimately big government is to blame for the majority of what's going on. So they try to keep us divided because they know if we unite that we can finally right the ship. So they're going to do everything that they can to introduce something in that's going to keep us divided.
All right, Jameson, actor and screenwriter Billy Eichner are all upset because no one's going to theaters to watch his movie called Bros. I saw a thing about this movie. It's a gay romantic comedy, and it has officially bombed. I've been seeing ads for this all over the place. I stream a lot of shows in the evenings, and this movie is being shoved in my face. I've never seen a campaign by corporate media like I've seen for that. Eichner called people who didn't see his movie homophobic weirdos in a tweet. But the show is not just about a gay, romance. Whatever, that's fine. No one cares because we don't do identity politics. But the point of the matter is, it is so insulting. And he even made a statement saying how he didn't want any straight people in his movie. Who's the bigot here, Jameson?
Well, it's not only that, but how about know your audience, right? So I had no clue that this movie was even out, and I thought I would have gone and seen it. But it's almost like there's this hole that they're trying to fill.
Right. They're not going to fill it. Yeah, I know you didn't mean for that to go the way it went.
I just realized that might have been a little...
No. You know what? We're totally out of time, I believe. Aren't we out of time? Yes, 30 seconds left in show, so I have to let you go, Jameson. You and your hat. But thank you so much for being with us tonight, Jameson. We always appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.